We begin with black market medicine. Tonight, the rogue operators doing procedures in the spare bedrooms of their suburban homes. Tineke Everard has our exclusive report.
Do you understand that it's illegal? I think that you do. Otherwise you wouldn't be running. I mean, what if someone gets sick or gets hurt? What are you going to do about that?
It's insane to even think that people are really doing it.
How much money do you make? How many clients do you see? It's a booming business for you, isn't it? You must be making thousands from this. Do you have any Australian qualifications to be running a cosmetic clinic up in your apartment?
I don't understand.
I think it's horrifying.
It looks like an unassuming apartment, but it's what's inside that will leave you shocked.
She would cut it and then put them together and then make it bigger.
Tonight we take you inside a surgery black market as our explosive investigation exposes those putting lives at risk.
Obviously they're only after one thing, and that's to make themselves wealthy and make themselves rich at anybody else's expense.
The market for cosmetic procedures is growing at a rapid rate, worth at least $1 billion. And with the potential of money comes rogue operators trying to get their slice. A current affair has uncovered a secret dark side to this booming industry, and it's ugly.
We hear stories from overseas. We've been hearing stories from the United States, from Asia and Europe about these sorts of things happening. And I think worryingly, that trend has now come to Australia.
Let me take you inside this homemade surgery. There's a cat running around on the floor and junk everywhere, which is fine for an apartment, but not for a fully fledged operating theatre. It's from this cramped, unhygienic room that this wannabe surgeon offers an array of procedures, including suture facelifts, Botox, double eyelid surgery and hyaluronic acid nose jobs. The shelves are packed to the brim with drugs. We've employed actress Sarah, not her real name, to make an appointment for injectables and double eyelid surgery.
I went into the operation room. All the medical stuff are in the room, and she also got the needles and for the injections and all the medical products for the surgery.
Sarah's not going through with the surgery, but it's alarming how many people have, especially as this woman isn't a registered doctor and these procedures are taking place in someone's unsanitary home.
She got a qualification in China and Korea, and she does this for 2 years already. She studied the beauty subject, yeah.
But when we questioned this rogue operator, she went into damage control.
I just introduced the customer for the doctor.
The doctor?
Yeah.
Who's the doctor that comes in?
Just I didn't do it.
What if someone's injured or harmed? Or, I mean, this apartment is unsanitary. There's a cat running around in there.
Just 1.5 k's away from our first woman lies another black market beauty operator. Our actress is taken into a disgusting, illegal home surgery. There's even a dog running around, and take a look at the drugs, none of them authorised.
She says she got her medicines from France, America, and it's all from overseas.
And business is clearly booming.
When we having the conversation, she's already having a customer knocking the door and coming into her apartment to have the surgery. I think she will make a lot of money because she has a lot of customers.
She posts photos and videos of procedures including slimming injections into the leg muscle and eyelid fat removal. It's difficult to watch, let alone comprehend that this could be done in someone's uncontrolled home.
She told me that I have the Australian qualifications. She's not a doctor, she's a nurse.
Are you a nurse?
No, I'm not a nurse.
Do you have any Australian qualifications?
I don't know.
Do you have any Australian qualifications to be running a cosmetic clinic up in your apartment?
I don't understand.
It's very dirty up there. I think you do understand. You're not allowed to be running a medical facility out of there.
It would be highly irregular and alarming to know that people are performing operations in a private residence.
Vice President of the Australasian Society of Plastic Surgeons, Ghazi Hussain, is gobsmacked, especially because A Current Affair understands these kinds of operations are rife in both Sydney and Melbourne.
How have the instruments that are being used to do the operation, how have they been sterilised? What's going to happen if the patient has a reaction to something you're doing to this patient on your kitchen table?
What if someone gets hurt?
Sorry, no.
What if someone gets hurt? I mean, you're doing facelifts in your bedroom.
You want to be able to do it cheaply, but when it comes to your body, that should be very important. It's a lesson I've learnt.
For Tabitha Barrett, opting for cheap surgery almost cost her her life. The Melbourne woman went to Thailand for lipo and the surgeon took out too much fat. Her body went into shock.
I almost died on the table. I'd actually had 2 blood transfusions in the surgery while I was under and another 4 transfusions under because I'd lost so much blood.
Unfortunately, there's a bit of a sense that cosmetic surgery is minimal, it's trivial, it's really just a small nip and a tuck.
And if you think that getting a little work done is no big deal, think again. Dr. Hussain says you never know how your body will react to certain medicines. And then there's the potential for dangerous infection.
Cosmetic surgery is just like any other surgery. These are invasive procedures. There are risks associated with, and some of these are life-threatening risks, and some of these can leave you with horrible scars and horrible deformities.
It's just crazy behaviour to go to someone's apartment to have surgery. It's just completely inappropriate.
So what are the laws here? Dr. Kath Porter from the Cosmetic Physicians College of Australasia explains.
Well, Botox and cosmetic injectables need to be prescribed by a doctor. So the best place to get those kinds of procedures done is in a doctor's surgery. You know, being operated on in someone's home, I mean, this is third world stuff. We don't really want anyone in Australia to be going down that pathway.
But it's not just these wannabe doctors and their home surgeries that's the problem. It's what they're injecting you with. Here's our second practitioner posting about the drugs she got from overseas.
It could potentially be a danger to one's life because you don't know what's in it and you don't know how it's been manufactured. You know, you could get some sort of strange infection, you could get a bloodborne virus. There's so many things that could potentially go wrong.
A Current Affair believes this is a serious public health issue. We're showing you this footage so you can see how risky these so-called surgeries are and prevent a loved one from getting treatment.
So you're saying you have no kind of medical expertise or licence? You're not allowed to do this, and you understand that you're not allowed to do this? And yet you're taking the risk?
If something goes wrong, the patient foots the bill because the practitioner is not going to have the appropriate medical defence insurance.
Do you understand that these operations could put people's lives at risk? Do you understand how dangerous
yes,
it can be?
I know.
And if you don't have the money to fix it, you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
There is no question that if you're contemplating having an operation performed in someone's home, the risks to you are incredibly high and sometimes there's no going back from these risks.